Hello friends, I am Dr. Sharad Binnor, working as Associate Professor in the Department of English of KTHM College, Nashik. Hope all of you are fit and fine and taking care of yourself in this COVID-19 pandemic. So also you must be attending our online lectures. The college has organized soft skill development program for last year students of bachelor degree, and in this program I am going to teach you interview skills. Interview skills are very important skills from career point of view. If you are good at interview skills, you can easily get a job or whatever that you want in your career. An interview is a formal meeting at which someone is asked questions to see if they are suitable for a particular job or for a course of study at a college or university. An interview is the way of face to face conversation between the interviewer and the interviewee, where the interviewer seeks replies from the interviewee for choosing a potential human resource. So, it is a social process involving interaction between two persons, the interviewee and the interviewer. It gives the interviewer a chance to have a glimpse at the inner traits and qualities of the interviewee. In a short span of time, interviewee has to exhibit his or her attitude, skills and knowledge called ask. Before applying for a job, you have to brush up on your interview skills. The interview is often the final hurdle for job applicants to overcome. For many candidates, this proves to be a stumbling block. Many times, they have failed to prepare for the interview or failed to practice crucial interview questions and answers. They underestimate the importance of creating a great impression, and it can be done through interview. It doesn't matter what qualifications you have or how experienced you are. If you cannot impress the interviewers, then you won't be getting your dream job. There are various types of interviews: unstructured interview, structured interview, situational interview, behavioral interview, job related interview, and panel interview. In unstructured interviews, there is generally no set format is followed. As a result, the interview can take various directions. The lack of structure allows the interviewer to ask follow-up questions and pursue points of interest as they develop. An unstructured interview is an interview where probing or open-ended questions are asked. It involves a procedure where different questions may be asked to different applicants. In structured interviews, the interviewer lists the questions and acceptable responses in advance, and he or she may even rate and score possible answers for appropriateness. An interview of this type consists of a series of job related questions that are asked consistently to each applicant for a particular job. In a situational interview, the interviewer asks the candidate what his or her behavior would be in a given situation. Candidates are interviewed about what actions they would take in various job related situations. In situational interviews, the interviewees are asked to describe how they would react to a hypothetical situation today or tomorrow. In a behavioral interview, the interviewer asks the applicants to describe how they react to actual situations in the past. Means how they reacted to a particular situation in the past. Candidates are asked what actions they have taken in prior job situations that are similar to situations they may encounter on this job. The interviewers are then score using a scoring guide constructed by job experts. So they give scores on the basis of the scorecard or the score guidelines given by job experts. This is a structured interview that uses questions designed to probe the candidate's past behavior in specific situations. This technique involves asking all interviewees standardized questions about how they handled past situations that were similar to situations they may come across in this job profile. The interviewer may also ask discretionary probing questions for details of the situations, the interviewee's behavior in the situation, and the outcome are tested here. The interviewee's responses are then scored with behavioral anchored rating scales. In a job related interview, the interviewer asks applicants questions about relevant past experiences. It is a series of job related questions that focus on relevant past job related behaviors. The questions here don't revolve around hypothetical or actual situations or scenarios. Instead, the interviewer asks job related questions such as which courses did you like best in business school. In a panel interview, which is also known as a board interview, an interview is conducted by a team of interviewers who together interview each candidate and then combine their ratings into a final score. Here, one candidate is interviewed by several representatives of the firm. This technique entails the job candidate giving oral responses to job related questions asked by a panel of interviewers. Each member of the panel then rates each interviewee on such dimensions as work history, motivation, creative thinking, and presentation. In an interview, various types of questions are asked. Some of them are direct questions, indirect questions, hypothetical or situational questions, close-ended or open-ended questions. Direct questions are direct in nature. A direct question is always marked by some features such as a rising intonation of the voice, an auxiliary verb put before the subject, and use of WH words like who, what, why, when, how, and so on. For example, why are you late for the interview? This is a direct question. Indirect questions are a little more formal and polite. We use them when talking to a person we don't know very well or in professional situations, and their form is a little different. Phrases which are generally used in indirect questions are could you tell me, do you know, I was wondering, do you have any idea, I would like to know, would it be possible, is there any chance? So indirect questions normally begin with such phrases. A hypothetical question is based on supposition, opinion, personal belief or conjecture and not on facts. It is not based on reality. Hypothetical question normally deals with actions and scenarios that might happen or something that might not have happened yet, but that could happen. This sort of question usually requires the interviewer to arrange imaginary parameters for the thing he or she supposes. For example, what would you do if you are given 24 hours to live? If you are a robot, what would you want to do? Or if you are offered 3 wishes, what would they be? Open-ended questions are questions that cannot be answered with a simple yes or no sort of answers. Rather, they require the respondent to elaborate on their points. For example, why do you want to change your job? Close-ended questions are those that start with auxiliary verb. For example, can, did, will, or have. Most commonly, they take the form of multiple choice questions where respondents choose from a set list of answers. For example, do you like our services? Can you run 5 kilometers? What year were you born? On a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you? Your body language is very important for interview. It is actually a very important part of interview skills. So when you go to interview, you must walk smartly but modestly from the entrance to the table. So your walk should be appropriate. Move your right hand forward and bow down while shaking hand. So shake hand is very much proper so that it will make a good impression. Then when you are asked to sit, sit standard crossed legs position. So also while giving answers or while responding to the questions of the interviewer, maintain moderate eye contact. Do not move your hands and head aimlessly. Maintain or mind your posture. Do not lean back on the chair. So also do not do anything that will distract. So avoid distractive behavior. There are many points related to body language, but these few are enough. Many of us commit gross mistakes at the time of interview. They are the blunders of interview. The most common blunder is late arrival, means going to the interview late. You have to be very punctual. You have to arrive say 10-15 minutes before the scheduled time of the interview. So also odd dressing, means wearing clothes which are not appropriate for interview. So you must mind your clothes as well as body language. Eccentric behavior means not appropriate behavior. You have to behave properly at the time of interview because you are being observed and your behavior is counted. It matters a lot. So also some people forget to bring their certificate. They come to the interview without bringing their credentials. So never commit this mistake. So also now nowadays many interviews VVs are busy with their mobile phones. So they make excessive use of mobile phone and it may end up in their candidature being rejected at the time of interview. So also if you don't know the answer, say so, but never give false answers because it makes a very bad impression. There are some candidates who have excessive pride in themselves or in whatever that they have achieved. So vanity is their vice, bad quality, and because of this vanity most of the time they are rejected. Here I would like to give you some tips to face the interview better. You might have the required qualification, but there are certain things which you have to do so that you can get selected. So before going to the interview you must do some homework or you must take care of certain things. The first thing is background research. When you come across the advertisement for the job, first try to find out important information about the company or organization which has advertised the position. You must find out whether the company is in the service sector or manufacturing sector. What is the company profile? So also what is the job profile? What are the job requirements? And whether you meet the job requirements or not. Okay. Second thing is be polite. You must have heard stories of people who have behaved rudely with the receptionist, said bad things to the security guard at the parking lot, or behaved inappropriately in the coffee shop, and they must not have got job due to this type of behavior. So rude behavior will not save you at such places. Here you have to be polite. You have to speak in a proper way. You have to respect each person. Then you have to mind your body language. You must look at how you walk, how you talk, so also how you sit, and what is your posture at the time of sitting. You should not wave your hands without any reason. So also you should have proper eye contact. So you should always behave appropriately. Fourth thing, review your own resume. You first read your resume, what you have written in your biodata, in your resume. Most of the time, you yourself forget what you have mentioned in the resume. When questions based on the resume are asked, you behave as if you have not written or you have not mentioned that in your resume. It should not happen. You should be very clear about whatever that you have mentioned in the resume, and you should have answers to all the questions based on the resume. You should also first think about the questions which might be asked in the interview, and then you have to prepare for such standard questions related to your previous job, questions related to your career, your academic career, or your experience in the previous job. So you have to prepare some standard answers to these type of questions. Don't badmouth about your former employer. You are likely to be asked questions about your employer and the reasons for which you are leaving your previous job. So never say bad things about your employer. Never say that he was rude, he never behaved properly with you, or he doesn't know anything, sort of things. Okay, this will make a very bad impression. So you have to give proper answer to such questions. You should have ready answers to the questions related to the reasons for which you are leaving your present or previous job. Okay, and the last thing is, don't forget to say thank you at the end. At the end of the interview, you have to say thank you. Don't forget to do that, because it will, when you say thank you, it will make a very good impression on the interviewer. So with this, I would like to end my session. I hope that you have enjoyed this session. Thank you very much.